Welcome into the Triple Option presents the Offseason here on 365 Sports YouTube channel. We're going to go through as many teams as we can in the offseason, starting in the Big 12 and moving our way from the bottom up. We'll go conference to conference, team to team, all the way through until we get done with the offseason, telling you what went wrong or what went right and how to fix it, or how did you get here. We'll start today with UCF. Gus Malzahn's team, first year in the Big 12, look, they're 6-6. They're going to the Gasparilla Bowl, so not everything went wrong, but things could have been better. First of all, an injury to John Rice Plumlee kept him off kilter for a large portion of the early part of the season. So without your star quarterback, and John Rice Plumlee, when he plays, was a star for UCF, not only passing the ball, but running the ball. Having to go to Timmy McClain, a guy with a great athletic skill set, but not nearly as polished as John Rice Plumlee and a bit of a turnover machine, changed where they were thinking they were going to be. Look, if John Rice Plumlee plays in a couple of the games that they lost that were close, maybe they're different. Maybe we're talking about an 8-4 team as opposed to a 6-6 team. Also, bad run defense. This was a team that got shredded in the run game, particularly early in the season. In fact, losing the game to Baylor that they were leading by 28 points, and Baylor roared back and got back in that one, not by throwing the ball, but by running the ball, something Baylor didn't do well against almost anybody else the entire season, and doing that in one quarter. That cannot be sustainable. If you don't have to pass to win games against a defense, that's the best news you can tell an offensive coach, because that travels and your defense doesn't. So, what else happened to them? Also, some bizarre coaching decisions. Gus Malzahn, one of the best coaches in the country. Nobody's ever going to change my mind on that. But I do think that he took maybe more risks than he should have in some of the closer games in the first year in the Big 12. And you can't say you blame him for trying to get a leg up on everybody else who just joined the league, in a league that year in and year out is going to be wide open. And UCF, positioned by geography and their history to maybe be one of the better teams in the Big 12 in the coming years. But some of those coaching decisions, especially the game against Baylor, which I think swung their season to the bad for a little while, was kind of indefensible. But he's still a good coach, and you can't do those things. He did. Moving on. So how do you fix these problems? Well, you go get a portal quarterback. Grayson McCall was their top choice. Well, he's on his way to North Carolina State, so that's not going to happen. So go find somebody who fits the system. Look, it's great to be a quarterback for Gus Malzahn. They're not going to find many people who did not have their best season statistically playing for Coach Malzahn. So go find a quarterback that fits your system and can give you a bridge until you can develop some Big 12 talent there. Also, build up talent on defense. Also probably means the transfer portal, maybe means some scheme changes, but really their problem wasn't necessarily right along the front in the front four. It was those linebackers that gave them a lot of trouble. They're going to have to add some of those pieces to get better stopping the run, because once again, you can't stop the run, you can't win. And finally, learn the Big 12. That's the most important thing. Learn how you're going to win this league regularly. Learn the other teams. Learn how you have to beat them. That's the biggest thing. Sometimes, you get in a new league, you play a completely new schedule. You're not ready for the things that coaches that you've never prepared for games against are going to throw at you. I think Gus Malzahn and his staff, again, I think one of the better coaches in the country. This dude has coached for national titles as a head coach and a coordinator. He knows what he's doing. Once he figures out the lay of the land in the Big 12, he will start to dominate it. I promise you that. It's not all bad news for UCF. Again, they're in the Gasparilla Bowl. They've got a great fan base, a fan base that is excited to be in the Power 5. Things are looking up for them. 6-6 in year one of the Big 12. I think is only going to get better. We're going to keep doing this team by team throughout the offseason. So please like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with your friends. We'll be back with much more. This is the Triple Option presents the Offseason on 365 Sports.